Well, I was wondering, we got a little bit of time. I was wondering, do you want to talk about Godzilla minus one quick?
Sure.
Like, Godzilla minus one is a Japanese film. It's a kaiju movie produced by Toho Studios. It is the 37th film in the Godzilla franchise, and
Which is
it's
mind blowing to
Toho's.
me.
What's that?
It's mind blowing to me. They have that many movies.
Oh, I know, and it's Toho's 33rd Godzilla film.
Crazy.
Um, I didn't know anybody who starred in it, and I'm not going to try to butcher their names, but the two leads were great. And anyways, so it's 1945, near the end of World War II. There's a kamikaze pilot named Koshi Shikishama. He lands on a Japanese base. It's like a little island. It's called Odo Island. And he goes to the lead mechanic and he says, "Oh, like there's something wrong with my plane." And they look at his plane, and the guy comes over and he's like, "There's nothing wrong with your plane." And the guy says, "Well, what do you mean? What are you saying? What are you saying?" Like obviously he didn't want a kamikaze, which
Yeah.
I understand
Same.
because the war was at the end, and Japan was basically just telling its people to go kill themselves for no
Yeah.
reason.
Even if I was winning, I would have a hard time having my government tell me to go kill myself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So literally they're talking about this, and Godzilla comes up onto the island and decimates the island, and the one man has a chance to maybe um the lead guy, like, he could have helped, but basically it probably wouldn't have helped. I don't know.
I think he would have been killed. Yeah.
Yeah, the one guy said, like, "Oh, go jump in the plane and shoot Godzilla," but as we find out later, the bullets just bounce right off of him.
Yeah.
Blah blah
Bullets
blah.
don't do
And
shit to him. Even
yeah,
bombs don't really do anything to him.
exactly. So anyways, it's we go to 1947, and we essentially, this guy, he's trying to make a life for himself in Japan that is crumbled from the Hiroshima and like the bombs that the United States dropped. Um, and Godzilla comes back, and he's bigger and stronger and better, and he is there, just starts wrecking shit. And I don't know what else I can say really, but this guy, our main character, he thinks that he can do something this time, and he can hopefully try to make it right. His past wrongs.
Yeah. Redeem
Um,
himself.
yeah. So, what did you think about this?
This was a total surprise to me, and I thought it was excellent. Really,
Hmm.
really good. I went in kind of with low expectations because I haven't seen any of the other Japanese uh, Godzilla movies,
Hmm.
and although I owe you Shin Godzilla,
Yes.
yeah, I haven't seen many other. And to be fair too, I haven't heard anyone other than true cinephiles love anything other than Shin Godzilla, and that's maybe just because
Yeah.
of the age I'm at. Not everyone I know has seen the old 53 or 54 version and all the newer ones since then.
Yeah.
I don't really like the Warner Brothers ones, where they have a character named Podcast, and we know nothing about the monster and its intentions. The Bryan
Yeah.
Cranston one I wasn't too crazy about either because
Yeah.
they advertise him as being in the movie and he dies in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's
So this
ridiculous.
was shocking, and mostly because of how great the effects were,
Hmm.
and second, how good they built the characters.
Hmm.
You said he's helping rebuild or put his life back together. His parents are dead. Everyone's dead because not only
Hmm.
the nuclear bombs, but just the rest of the war bombs have just destroyed all their villages and areas. So
Yeah.
they're all barely pulling themselves together. There's no help from the government, um, and so I thought they did quite a good job at giving us depth for him, his character, and a woman he meets who's caring for a baby she just found in the rubble.
Yeah.
Um,
and you care
So
about
yeah,
their romance. Like,
right, right,
and
and it's not really even a real romance, you know.
exactly.
I thought
It's
that was cool because most movies, a guy and a girl meet in a movie, they of course have to fall in love. Look at the Rise of Skywalker. We have to have what's her name
yeah.
and Adam Driver kiss because it's a Star Wars movie, you know.
Mhm.
Whereas this, they had some restraint to be like, no, these are just two people of opposite sex helping each other because you got to depend on other people. So yeah, I thought it was excellent. I saw it in the Dolby Theater at an AMC, which really helped. I thought the sound was incredible. There's some just cool scenes with wind, you know, where there's like a wind storm.
Yeah.
Godzilla causes
Yeah.
crazy wind to blow through from an explosion thing he can do. Um, and I love the like frame of reference that we get to see here from a Japanese citizen who, like we just mentioned at the beginning, aren't really confident in their government or feel a
Yeah.
little betrayed by their government. And their government is in shambles, so there's no standing military really even to be had at all. So during the movie, we see a group of regular citizens say, "Hey, if we got to kill this Godzilla guy, we need all of us to come together and
Yeah.
figure this out." I thought that was just a cool approach, really cool approach,
Yeah.
and yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really, really great. I know you. I think you did too. What did you like about the movie?
Yeah, I like what you said there because it's a good look at how the military failed. They're obviously coming out of a failure, not winning World War II, but the people have all realized that their military and their government have failed them,
Yeah,
and that they don't care about the cost of human life, like disposable, and you get this sense of that throughout the movie, and it's really deep for a Godzilla movie,
yeah, yeah. Right.
and some of the shots are just incredible. Apparently this cost under 15 million. It's already made 80 million. So,
Wow, that's great.
and some of the shots are just insane. And like just the scale, and like there's one point where like, you just see the head chasing a boat, and in all of these situations you're thinking like, how are they going to get out of this, or what's going to happen? Like nothing about this movie is predictable in any way. Like you don't, I like the job he eventually ends up getting is bombs. Becomes like a minesweeper basically,
Yeah,
and that is so cool, like watching how they do that. And and then even the little things, like later on they need help, but they can't get the US's help right now because it'll be seen as going against the USSR. Like just little things like that you pick up on.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know, this movie, it to me, this movie is 5 stars. It just works on every level. I think a cinephile and a Godzilla lover, or and everyone in between, are gonna like this. The only people it's gonna be not for is if you can't handle subtitles. Then I'm sorry, but you're missing out on one of the best movies of the year. Um, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I want to say I want to add to or just build on top of what you said about it sprinkles in a cool or interesting political message dynamic that we don't already see and or that we haven't seen before. And just to
Mhm.
compare this to the Warner Brothers ones, so different. Just Warner
Yeah,
Brothers wouldn't dare have a political message of any
and
kind come anywhere near their movie, and this is done well. And it's not necessarily a message that will split at least Americans. You know, I can't see Americans seeing this and getting mad. I could see maybe some people, some Japanese people, about feel a certain type of way about the war, but I thought it treaded lightly and it made its points without having to hammer it into your head well enough. You know,
mhm, mhm,
so yeah, I thought it was great. For me, it's 4 stars, which means it's awesome. So I
yeah,
loved it, man.
yeah,
I'm really glad this surprised us, and it's cool to see a movie this cheap do this well in North America. It's cool to see a movie with subtitles do this well in North America. You know,
yeah,
um,
and
it'll be fun to
and
compare it to the Warner Brothers ones that we're getting this year.
yeah, that's true. And it's just it's great to see like the uprising, like for this movie to build the way it did, like people were going to see it, so they extended it, and then word of mouth, and it just built in North America in such a way that makes me feel like film is still alive.
Yeah. Yep.
um this is probably one of the things that has made me the happiest, just seeing this movie. Just it's still in my theater, like local
Yeah.
theater, like
Yeah.
I
Me
could go see
too.
it again this weekend. And it opened November well, it opened November 3rd in Japan. So
So yeah,
but
I saw it November 29th. So
okay, yeah,
it's
so it's
so
it's
it's over
yeah,
a month. It's still
so
over a month.
that's pretty far, unless you're Barbie. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, especially for again a foreign language film that's fully in subtitles with no actors any of us have ever seen before.
yeah,
And I think that helped it too, because then they really feel like unknowns, and it's people
for
who
sure.
uh, who makes it feel more realistic, instead if they slapped in a Robert Pattinson or somebody. Like imagine
Yeah,
they could have
yeah.
gone a bad way with this and thrown in a white character to be the savior, and help and be like, look, even though the U.S. bombed us, the soldiers are helping us now. Like, think that could have gone. It so
Oh,
easily
I
could have
know.
gone that way,
I know.
but it didn't. It stayed true to this director or writer's voice, and it should be applauded for it. So
And I
I
hope,
loved it. I'm so glad it came out and we got to see it this year.
yeah,
Or
me
last
too.
year.
I hope the studio Toho doesn't like try to go that route.
Right, I know. You could very. That's what
Excuse me.
happens. You see that happen.
They start to make a little bit of money, and they're like, "Well, why don't we just get a Mark Wahlberg in this movie?
Yep.
We can get him over here in Japan." And but I'm just reading
Yeah.
this here.
Yeah.
The lead actor, he was considered a child prodigy in Japan across 25 years in the industry. So he's really big over there. He's only 30. So
Cool.
um, I don't know, just kind of cool. He was good, and then I thought I'd known her from something, but it doesn't look like it.
Okay. Heidi
Anyways,
Kada. Is that her?
yeah.
Yeah, she was
Anyways,
good. They were
yeah.
all really good. I didn't have I didn't. I guess it's easier to hide under subtitles because I don't know the language, but maybe
I
not.
thought the way that little kid, I thought they had her acting like really, like she was crying on a dime.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Unless they're pinching her, I don't know. But anyways, so that's Godzilla. Just a little additive to this
Yeah.
episode,
Yep.
with the box office draft and everything. So, welcome to the 2024 box office draft. This is something I've kind of always wanted to do in podcast form, because another podcast I used to listen to used to do it. Ant was just telling me about the Slash Filmcast, or the what do they call themselves now?
Yeah. Yeah. They're called the Filmcast now. They
The
dropped the
Filmcast.
slash.
They do a summer one, but the one I used to listen to was like every quarter. So we're gonna pick, and this is like the hardest time of year. We're gonna pick 8 movies each from January, February, and March, like over that, and that's the first quarter. So I'll just kind of go over the rules a little bit. You can kind of think of us as our own studios, so Ant Studios and Mitch Studios, and who will do better this quarter. Um, so we each have a large list of movies, because if I pick a movie that Ant wanted to pick, it is no longer in the game. So, for example, if I picked Aquaman and he wanted to pick it, he can't. Not that anyone should or would pick Aquaman. um, so, and we've scoured the internet, tried to find everything that is like not streaming and actually going to theaters. So we are doing a worldwide gross, like minus the budget equals the result. So yeah, so we're picking movies that hopefully don't have a crazy budget. Hopefully are going to make a ton of movies and money, and yeah. And then so we're going to flip a coin to see who goes first. So you get that first pick out the gate, whoever that is. And but the person who loses the coin toss gets to pick the first bomb pick for the other person. So the bomb pick is like I give Ant a movie and Ant gives me a movie that could possibly sink our whole studio if it's really that bad. I have one that I hope you don't have that you like. Oh man. Anyways, so that's the bomb pick, and then we also each pick an alternative pick. Um, and that is a pick that we can have on our list just in case one of our movies moves dates or goes to streaming or gets pulled
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. So I think I explained it. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
It's for the domestic box office, or North American box office, not worldwide.
Okay.
Or you said worldwide.
I said worldwide.
Okay, let's do worldwide then.
I don't care. Let's do worldwide just because like we're the movies and we're just saying
Yeah,
we're the
that
theaters
makes more sense.
or whatever.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, no, I think that covers it. So yeah, it's so at the end of the contest, it's whose total gross for all these movies is higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
we'll have
whoever's
8 movies each and a bomb that the other one picks.
yes, and your alternative pick, but that doesn't come into play unless you need it to.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So I have the coin flipper thing here online. I'm going to share my screen. Share. Can you see that, Ant?
Yep.
Okay. So heads or tails?
What is that we're looking at now?
Oh, this is the coin. That's tails. The other side looks like a head. Do you want me to flip it first?
Yeah, I guess so. Sure.
I don't know. It'll show you. See?
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go heads, I guess.
Okay. I'll go tails, obviously. Oh, fuck. All right. Ant gets the first pick, which means I am not happy. And it means that he gets to pick first, but I get to pick the first bomb pick and the
Right.
first alternative pick. But that's okay.
That's pretty fair. Especially. Yeah. Okay. All right. So obviously, my first pick is going to be Dune 2. How could it not be? I think that's
All
going to
right.
make the most money this quarter. So that will be mine. Are you marking this down somewhere?
Yeah, I'm writing this down as we go. Dune 2. Fuck. All right.
Are you writing it on the box office
Yeah,
draft?
on the doc.
Hmm.
No, the
I
other
don't
doc.
see it. Oh, okay.
The new one I sent you. Just because I
Gotcha.
kind of have it laid
Let me
out better
open that
there.
one up.
So
Perfect.
Dune 2. Fuck. Okay.
All right. So now your turn.
I'm gonna go with Mean Girls.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. The musical that comes out like next weekend or this weekend or something.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
But
I think 2 weeks from now.
I don't know if you're interested, but I think there's some early screenings next Tuesday. But if you're like
thank you for
really,
telling me. I didn't know, but I will go if that's the case. I'm kind of looking forward to it a little bit.
I don't know. The trailer looks funny and
Yeah.
Well, so who knows?
Yep. Of course, the original's great, but
of course. One of the
okay,
best
all right.
comedies.
So my second pick, one of the best comedies, definitely.
Yeah.
And yeah, cool Rachel McAdams' early performance. It's just an awesome movie. Who doesn't like Mean Girls?
Who doesn't?
All right, so my second one, I think I want to pick. I think Kung Fu Panda 4 might go pretty high.
That was gonna be my next one. Yeah.
It was between that and a couple. I mean, you still have you should. Yeah, the next one you pick would probably be the one I'm gonna pick.
I wonder what one you're thinking of. See, there's a big one that I'm kind of like on the fence about, and I wonder if that's the one you mean. Okay, Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one that I think you might mean. You tell me if it's not.
I will, because I'll pick it next.
Bob Marley, One Love.
No, that's not the one I was thinking, but that's a good pick. I was thinking the Ghostbusters 4.
Okay. See, the trailer, like, they made the trailer look good and spooky, and I think it could get people out again. I just worry, you know?
Me too. I think the last one did okay enough compared to the movies we have here, right?
For
Like,
sure. For sure.
since this is Q1, there's nothing else here that's like really, really big or huge IP.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So
you got two big ones. Ghostbusters was just down on my list. Okay.
now you go.
So I'm gonna take Night Swim.
Really? Okay. Night
Just be
Swim is an interesting pick. It's a horror movie. Horror movies usually do well.
That's my thought.
But it is January, and
I
a lot
know.
of times studios dump.
Yeah.
But actually, shitty. Think of the Bye Bye Man. That was a terrible horror
Oh
movie
my
that's
god,
like
yeah.
famous for being bad. That came out in January, and while it didn't break the box office, it had such a low budget that it did just
Yeah.
fine. And this could be the same with Night Swim.
If this one's like at all good, I think it'll make some money. So I'm hoping it's somewhat good, and then it just kind of, ekes past its its budget.
Yeah.
All right,
I
what
think.
do you
All right, so this will be my number 4. Actually, let me wipe off the ones that are off the list. So Dune's gone,
Okay.
Ghost Were gone, Bob Marley gone, Kung Fu Panda gone, Mean Girls
Those
gone.
two are gone. Yeah. Mean Girls gone.
All right, so my next one I think will be Argyle.
Yeah, that's I think yeah.
But
I
the budget might be pretty high on that one because of its cast. So
because of the huge cast.
I should have really looked up the budgets as
I
much as
didn't
I
look
could.
up
You
budgets
didn't?
at
Okay.
all. No.
That would have been a smart move.
I think it'll be
You know,
more funny when we like go to look at these and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? This has $100 million budget? Shoot me.
yeah.
Um
All right, so
yeah.
Argyle's wiped.
Okay.
We have 4 more picks each to make
Okay.
on the main list.
I'm going with Imaginary. I don't know if
Yep.
it's
was on
another another horror comes out, I think even like the beginning of March
It
or
looked
something.
okay from.
Yeah, I kind of caught a trailer, I think. So a little bit.
Is that
It
an
might be okay.
A24 movie?
Is it?
Maybe not. The other night when I was seeing something, I try and avoid trailers. But
Yeah.
as I'm peeking through my eyes, I noticed two. I think I noticed 2 A24 movies, but no, they might not be coming out.
No, this one's Lionsgate, and Blumhouse.
All right, so
Distributed
that's
by Lionsgate.
Imaginary, so that's gone. So my next one, I'm gonna pick. This is a hopeful pick. I want ISS to do good.
Me too. I love space movies. Like
me too. Like Life. Do you remember Life with Jake Gyllenhaal?
That if you guys haven't seen Life, like it is just a good little sci-fi space. It's good. It's got a crazy ending.
Yeah, I love the ending. Cool cast.
Yeah.
It's a cool sci-fi space thing.
It was on Netflix forever. I don't know if it still is, but it's just called Life.
I think is that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Right,
so you took ISS. That one could be a bomb, but I want it to do well.
It really could.
But okay. Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah, I did Bob Marley. Okay.
I know what your bomb for me is going to be. Wait a minute. If I pick it,
if you pick it, then I have to pick another bomb.
Okay. Right. Because I don't know if I think I know. Well, we'll get to it. I think.
Okay.
But I think I know what it's going to be. But it might not bomb as bad as some of these other ones. So.
I think we are talking about the same thing.
Yeah. We are.
For my next pick, I'm going to pick Lisa Frankenstein.
That's a good pick. That one I've just seen on my list. I remember
a lot of ads and a lot of posters, and it's directed by Robin Williams' daughter.
That's right. That's right.
So it could be a mix of things that get people to see it. I don't know. But anyways,
Um.
you're
All
number
right. So,
5.
that one I didn't have on here. So I want next. Um. This is kind of a long shot, but it could do well in some circumstances. I want the Book of Clarence to do good.
Yeah, that's on my list. Actually, that's next on my list to pick. So I will
Oh, and
delete
you know
that.
what? I think I'm seeing that one Tuesday. There's that AMC Screen
Okay.
Unseen thing.
Oh,
I think that's the movie this week around.
forgive me. I love the lead in that movie, but what's his name?
Um, yeah, from Atlanta, from the show Atlanta, and
Clarence.
from Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah, Book of Lakeith Stanfield. Yeah,
Stanfield, that's
he's
it. Yeah,
great.
yeah. So yeah, I
Um,
have that's a hopeful pick. I want it to do well. I don't know that it'll do that great, but
yeah,
we're in the midst of these lists, and we're in January, February, March, where really the only big movie is due,
yeah.
or maybe
And I
Ghostbusters.
was just reminded again last night that the Oscars are not until March 10th.
Oh, I hate that.
Just
It's so
so.
ridiculous.
And I think the Golden Globes are in like a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, they're usually in January. Yeah,
It's crazy.
so dumb.
Okay, you're gonna laugh at me, but I was just doing some digging and I found this, and maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But it's called 47 Days with Jesus.
What? What?
47 Days with Jesus, and it's one of those Fathom events movies.
Oh my God. Well, good luck. I mean, no one could have predicted Sound of Freedom, so who knows?
Maybe I shouldn't have done this.
Too late.
It's already on DVD.
Oh, really? Well, it's a
What?
Fathom event, so yeah.
Ah,
But
okay.
you know what? You know what else was a Fathom event this year that crushed it was Star
Sound
Wars. One of the Star Wars re-releases did well.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, fuck. That one. That's
So
funny.
next I want Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. I didn't even see that one was coming out until like at the last minute.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
I heard. I think I saw a poster for it today or something. And oh, and I text. So a friend of mine, we kind of both love. Who doesn't love Jake Gyllenhaal? But I know it's like his
yeah,
favorite
me too.
actor. And he and I, when I lived in Chicago, we would always go see any Jake Gyllenhaal anything.
Yeah.
And so I texted him. I'm like, "Hey, have you seen this? Are you a fan of the original?" I'm not.
I've never
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it either.
yeah, if I had I've seen it in parts, but it's some of that kind of schlocky action stuff in the back in the day just doesn't hold up anymore, but
Yeah, we weren't at the right age. I don't. I think that was a
no.
little before us. You know.
If it came out in that time, like I'd be all over it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it came
Um
out before we could have seen it in theaters.
yeah, for sure.
But I know people love it, obviously.
So for my next one, I'm gonna go with Drive Away Dolls.
Okay.
That's the Cohen, I think Joel Cohen.
Yep,
Right.
I had this on my list.
Yeah, so that is the one directed by one of the Cohen brothers, Ethan Cohen, and Matt Damon, Pedro Pascal. So, Coleman Domingo, who just crushing it this year.
Yeah, yep.
Um, yeah.
All
So
right. So the next one I want is the A24 movie Love Lies Bleeding.
yeah, I just picked that up on my list, and I was like, oh, what about this? But okay, Love Lies
We'll
Bleeding.
see. It's got Jenna Malone, Ed Harris, Kristen Stewart.
Okay.
I think I've seen some of the trailer now. Oh, and Dave Franco. It's A24, sexy, probably rated R, I'm sure. So it could be okay, and it could do okay. You know, A24 movies usually do all right, not great,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Um. Basically, I'm just picking this one because of my love. Oh no. Never mind. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna take The Beekeeper.
Yeah. Okay, that was on
Fuck it.
there.
I don't know. People love Statham. People love action. I'm really starting to second guess my list. Oh my god, is that my 8th?
Yep.
Fuck.
Dun dun dun.
Okay.
All right. So, do you want to do bomb or alternate pick first?
Oh wait, are you at 8 as well?
Yeah, because I went first.
All right, I'm gonna give you your bomb.
Madam Web.
Yeah,
I knew it.
yeah. We both.
it.
It.
It could end up doing it could end up doing better than some of these, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure. For
so
sure.
I don't know if it's the best pick for bomb. So, but that's fine. That's
I'm
picked for me.
I'm just
So,
hoping the budget is like 200 million.
right. All right. So my pick for you for bomb is where did it go? It was the one with it's the one with Marky Mark. Where is it? I just had it. Is it Damsel? No. There it is. Arthur the King. It's a Lionsgate movie, so it should be in theaters. Wahlberg's had a pretty crappy track record recently. Speaking of, have you seen his most recent movie?
Family Plan.
Yeah, man, it's so dumb.
I was actually just listening to the last episode because we were talking about it because it was like #1 watched movie on Apple.
Yeah.
So, but
I
what?
well, you go ahead.
Did you watch it?
I watched it in the background only because, as I was talking before the show, I was telling you I've been listening to a ton of We Hate Movies podcast.
Oh,
January is my favorite month because they do worst of last year's movies.
Right.
And they just released their list and they're doing Family Plan. I'm like, well, now I got to fucking watch it so that I can know what they're talking about when they make fun of it. They also did, and this is a movie that you're going to forget totally happened, but it did. I saw it in theaters, Hypnotic with Ben Affleck.
I didn't see it.
But you remember that, right?
I do. I remember the poster. I was like, the poster made it actually look cool, but
yeah, it was so stupid. So yeah, so those two, I can't remember the other ones that they're doing. Maybe the Marvels or the Flash, one of the other superhero ones. No, Ant-Man Quantumania, I think is the other one they're doing. So I'm just so excited for
I'm gonna listen.
The We Hate Movies ones. Because those, they do the year prior, so that's all the ones we most likely have seen.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I think Arthur the King, because it's Wahlberg, he hasn't had the best box office track record recently.
I think you're right.
We'll see. So then now you get to do your alternate pick. So if one of your movies doesn't come out,
yeah,
or two of your movies, right?
Yeah. No, this is like if one of my movies moves, then I can alternate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Moves or goes to streaming, you can sub this one in.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna try to remember what this is.
There's another one that I was gonna assign you, but I just don't see it coming to theaters. Peter 5'8", which has Kevin Spacey and Rebecca De Mornay.
Oh, that won't.
There's just no way. Not yet. Not enough time has passed for people still think he's a creep. I am pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna go with It Ends With Us. Starring Blake Lively.
Yeah,
it's based on a book, so I have that kind of hope. So that'll be my alternate.
All right, so my alternate, I hope comes out. I would love for it to be good. Is Mickey 17? This is Bong Joon-ho, Robert Pattinson.
I just saw that. Yeah.
Stephen Yeun, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo. Like, pretty cool list there.
Yeah.
But what is it doing at the end of March? Is what I'm.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of information about it, so I was hesitant to pick it. Yeah. So what are some of the other ones you had, like that you thought you might have gone with?
So I thought, well, let me look at yours. I thought I was gonna pick The Beekeeper as a bomb for you.
No, and I took it.
I know it's number 8 on your list, so that's about the same, right? Like,
yeah,
bombing or being 8th on your list.
Yeah.
So we talked about Sometimes I Think About Dying, right? That's one you picked.
Is that no? That was I almost picked that, but then I went with It Ends With Us.
That's right. Miller's Girl was another one.
Yeah, that was another one.
Sunrise. Did you have
I
that one?
no.
Yeah, that one's
Um.
Lionsgate. Has Guy
Oh.
Pearce. That's about it. Andrew Barr, director. That sounds familiar,
Hmm.
but I can't place him.
I almost thought about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey too.
Is that coming out this first quarter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, that would have been a well. I guess actually no, that wouldn't have been a good bomb because that probably will
Probably
do
such a
okay because the budget was like $200,000.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, and if it makes 1 million, well, there you go. But I don't know. Yeah.
What about? Did you pick Self Reliance?
No, don't even know what that is.
So that one comes out really soon. I think it's Jake Johnson, Anna Kendrick.
Oh,
It
fuck.
looks like it's a neon movie,
Hmm.
but I think it's gonna go straight to Hulu because it
Yeah.
lists Hulu as its studio. So it looks pretty
Apparent.
dumb.
Apparently, the Sesame Street movie comes out the end of March, but I hadn't heard anything about that, and then I just saw it on a website that was, but
Hmm.
I don't know. And then the American Society of Magical Negroes. I thought about that, but I don't know what the budget's like. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be good. I looked at that too because of Justice Smith, who I
Yeah,
really hate because of the Jurassic World movies.
yeah, me too.
No shade to him personally, but his character in those movies is
Wanted to clown my eyes out.
rage-inducing. Oh, it's
Yeah,
just so bad.
yeah.
Um, although he was okay in something else. Let me look up. Let me pull
I
him up.
know. Oh, he was in that Detective Pikachu, which I also didn't like him in,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. I thought he was actually okay in that.
Yeah.
But he was also in The Voyeurs. Do you remember? Did you see that one? I think Sydney
I
Sweeney was in
remember
that.
it, but I didn't see it.
Oh wait. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was. He was in that, and then he was also in. He was okay in Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Remember
Oh
him in that?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
He was kind of
Yeah, he
fine in
was.
that. So,
Yeah.
and
Um
then there was wait before you mention your next one. The other one was, or the one that he's in. Also, the American Society of Magical Negroes that you just mentioned has a guy named David Allen Greer, also known as Dag. I like
oh,
him a
I know
lot. He's
him. Yeah.
really funny. Yeah, you just saw him in The Color Purple. Actually, he was the preacher.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, the preacher, the one girl's mom, dad.
Yeah, Dad. Yep, he
Yeah.
was. Yeah, Taraji P. Henson's dad.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening.
Sweet. Thanks, Mitch.
All right. Good
Talk
night.
to you next time.